hoping everybody's having a great day. Um, you know, I'm really just trying to show people how to think for themselves. And when you think for yourself, you look for needs to fill. And preferably needs that no one else is paying attention to. See, that's what you want to kind of focus on, not what everybody else is doing. That's not the way. That's a crowded field. And see, when you start thinking for yourself, you put yourself in a service position. Okay, that's when you're thinking for yourself. You're not following the crowd. What's going on, gamer? You're not following the crowd. You're thinking for yourself. See, you're creating the path, whereas followers walk the path that's already created. And you're out creating, which means you're going to be more valuable than that person that's got a job. See, that person that's got a job wants it for the benefits. See, that's what they need, that safety net, in order to survive. But when you're thinking for yourself, see, you up on a tightrope, man. You ain't got no safety net. Because 9 times out of 10, you're starting from scratch. See, you ain't got the rich family members or friends that you can lean back on, that you can fall on, that you can use, to get a head start. So you got to be creative about what you do. And I keep telling y'all, you know, ideas come to you because they want to be embraced. When an idea comes to you, it wants to be embraced. Okay? It wants some attention. Ideas are very possessive. They want attention, and if you don't give an idea the attention they think they deserve, it'll go to somebody else. Let me say that one again. If you don't give an idea the attention it thinks it deserves, it'll go to somebody else. Leave you flat footed. And if you think I'm lying, how many ideas have you seen? Man, I thought about that because it came to you first. When you finally see it in manifestation, you be like, wow, I thought about that. Yeah, you did because it came to you first and you dismissed it. So it went to somebody that would accept it. And see, okay, you're looking for ideas that will solve a need. Okay, let me say that again. You're looking for ideas that will solve a need, and preferably a need that ain't nobody else recognized. And how you do that is you put yourself in a service position. See, when you serve from your heart, you're always looking for a need to fill. That's what a true server does. When I say serve, in other words, you put somebody else before you. See, a server is a person who satisfies others' needs before his or her own. That's a server. They always satisfy a need, and they don't have to be asked to say. See, and that's the other important thing. See, a true server never has to be asked to do something, because when they see something that needs to be done, they're going to do it. We all are servants. Yes, we are. We all are servants. That's what God called us here to be, servants to each other. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You're a servant. What's a pastor? A servant. What's a bishop? A servant. We all are servants, man. And 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 see, and you're gonna either serve good or evil. It's just that simple. You're gonna serve one or the other. Ain't no gray in there. You either gonna be a servant of good or you're gonna be a servant of evil. We all are servants. So what you want to do is find something. Create a need, man. Fill a need. That's all you got to do. Find something that no one is doing and create it. That's all you got to do. And the first clue is this. See, when the idea first come to you, you're gonna say, man, somebody ought to be doing such and such and such. The idea just introduced itself to you because you identified what somebody else should be doing. And you never thought I could do this on my own. Never thought that. It does. What's going on, Luda? I'm hiding something, gamer. That's why I'm wearing a mask. Plus, it's my new invention. It's my new invention. I got a new idea for a mask like this for celebrities. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, but I'm hiding something right now. No, so that's what you got to do. When you think for yourself, man, you outside the box. You ain't trying to follow the crowd. Man, in fact, you go the opposite direction of the crowd when you thinking for yourself. See, when you a follower, you can't you don't you're not a thinker. When you're a follower, you take orders. When you're a follower, when you're a leader, you create the orders. When you're leading, and see, and so many people want to be led with good benefits. What's going on, Tammy? See, when you start thinking for yourself, man, like I told you, ain't no for the average black person. Ain't no safety net, buddy. You're gonna have to get up there and walk that tightrope or fall. And see, and a lot of us have gotten good at balancing, those responsibilities. See, we done got good at that. You see, because when it comes to survival, a lot of folk, man, they can come up with some stuff like off the back of their hand. When it comes to surviving, they can tell you what you should be doing and how to do it. You know, it's treating us well. What's going on, Tammy? So learn how, man. Learn how to come up with your own ideas. That's what you're gonna have to do. See, you're gonna have to start finding your own needs that you recognize that need to be filled. Now, some ideas are designed to knock you flat on your butt to see what you're gonna do. There's some ideas out there, and they're gonna look good too, boy. That's just like when you see a fine man or woman. I mean, they fine until you get them behind closed doors, and then you see how ugly they are and how nasty they are. But when they out in public, shit, they be looking good. Get them behind closed doors, it's a nightmare. Insecure, all of that. Fear, all of that. Think for yourself, man. Look, this guy talking about he dated a church girl and she was the freakiest. And listen, man, some of the easiest sex you can find is in the church. Let me say that again. Some of the easiest sex you can find is in the church. All a man got to do is put on a halfway decent suit and walk in there with a Bible, and he'll be a magnet. Because you got a whole bunch of women that's coming to church looking for a man. And if he look halfway like he's interested in the word of God, okay? And all you got to do is blow at them, and their legs are spread open just like that. That's how easy they are. Look at them. Their legs gonna bust open just like that. Christian girl. That's why they come in church with their thongs on. I was an usher in my church, so I saw a lot of stuff. Okay? I saw a lot of stuff. Let me see what this comment is. Somebody just got blocked. What is that? What's that comment? Let me see. What comment? Yep. The panties come off. What is that? What's that comment? Yep. The panties come off. You're right. Yep. You're right. They sure do. Just like that. Just like that. And you'd be surprised at the number of people go to church, Holy Ghost filled. As soon as they leave church, they going straight to the bed. And they ain't even married. Come in there and serve their butts off. As soon as they leave out of church, they start sinning. And see, and the thing with the church is this. See, you got a lot of folk that believe because they are faithful tithers, God gonna bless them. That's what the preacher got you to believe, because you're a faithful you're gonna get your stuff. And that's the biggest lie from the pit of hell. You got so many people out here right now that Christians, just because they're tithers, they think they're gonna get their stuff. They think they're gonna get their stuff. And they don't even have the strength to break the traditional habit of going to church on Sunday. Look at a calendar. What's the first day of the week? Sunday. What's the last day of the week? Saturday. I don't care what calendar you look at. It's going to go from Sunday to Saturday. But yet you go from Monday to Sunday. Okay, so this is the first day of the week that tradition has made the seventh day of the week. And see, when you start thinking for yourself, you're going to say, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Why is it man go from Monday to Saturday to Sunday, and the calendar goes from Sunday to Saturday? Now, who you going to follow? Who you going to follow? And see, and now you got a whole lot of explaining to do. You got a whole lot of explaining to do now. You got a whole lot of compromising. You got a whole lot of excuses now. Okay? But see, when you start and God and see let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. This will woke me up. This woke me up right here. Okay? This woke me up right here. You know, when I read this, and I was like, wow. Okay, listen to this, y'all. This is the 58th chapter of, of Isaiah. Okay, listen to this. Fasting that pleases God. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet. Tell my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness, and did not forsake the ordinance of their God. They ask of me the ordinance of justice. They take a delight in approaching God. We have fasted. What? No, why have we fasted, they say, and you have not seen? Why have we afflicted our souls, and you take no notice? In fact, the day of your fast, you find pleasure and exploit all your laborers. Indeed, you fast for strife and debate, and to strike with the fist of wickedness. You will not fast as you do this day, to make your voice heard on high? Is it a fast that I have chosen? A day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head like a bulrush and to spread out sackcloth and ashes? Would you call this a fast, an acceptable day of the Lord? Is this not the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke. Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and that you bring to your house the poor who are cast out? When you see the naked, that you cover him and not hide yourself from your own flesh? Then your light shall break forth like the morning, and your healing shall spring forth speedily. Listen to this, y'all. And your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your real guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and he will say, here I am. All right? This is Isaiah 58. Okay? I'm on verse 10 now. Right? If you extend your soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then your light shall dawn in darkness, and your darkness shall be as noonday. The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your soul in drought and strengthen your bones. You shall be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters do not fail. Those from among you, your children, shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and you shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of streets to dwell in. Told y'all, it's a blessing with this. Listen to this. If you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy day of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your own words, then you shall delight yourself in the Lord. And I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the earth and feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father. The Lord has spoken. See, God can't have a blessing on Saturday and Sunday. It's either one or the other. Okay? See, God cannot bless both days. And because you call Sunday the Sabbath, it's just like some of these confused men running around here calling themselves women. That's what that's like. Because you decree it to be so. Don't make it so. And you got so many people that are stuck in tradition that they don't want to think for themselves. Absolutely, he's wrong. Absolutely. 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 And see, and speaking of the Catholic faith, in everything bad, there's a little good. Okay? And in everything good, there's a little bad. And as many pedophile priests as you have in the Catholic Church, look at that nun up in Missouri that they found incorrupted. She was buried for 4 years, wasn't even embalmed, in a simple casket. Everything in the casket rotted around her, and she's still intact, and her clothes are still intact. That's God. That ain't nothing but God. And see, I'm gonna tell y'all. See, oh wow. Okay, how come you ain't come say something? How come you ain't come say something? Um, hmm, yeah. Well, they ain't. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Listen to me. That sexual energy is the most powerful energy on the face of the earth. Let's say that again. That sexual energy is the most powerful energy on the face of the earth. There's no energy more powerful than that. See, because if we are made in the image of God, look what we have to use to create this image: sex. And that's why it is. It is the most. And out of you comes everything else. All of the other stuff that's created comes out of man. Because God gave us dominion. God gave man dominion over the earth. Man has dominion over everything on the earth. God gave it to him. What energy is used to create man? Sex. Sex. And see, wow. See, look, ladies and gentlemen. Sex ain't overrated. Sex, you just ain't had no good sex. Okay, so let me address Devin. Let me address Devin. Okay, so Devin, um, yes, size does matter because the more friction that you can create, the more intense the pleasure. And that's what you have a lot of people getting addicted to. That friction that's created. That's what a lot of folk are addicted to. That friction that they create. Okay? Because if you can't create ample enough friction, somebody gonna be frustrated. somebody gonna be frustrated. And that's what life is gonna come out of, friction. So all them people that tell you size don't matter, they lying. It does matter because size creates more friction. All right? Now we're gonna leave that alone. Oh, oh, that's see, that's the politically correct thing to say. That's the politically correct thing to say. Then then how come so many women that are treated good end up cheating on their husband? Now think about that. See, if what she was saying is true, how come so many women end up cheating? Okay? Now you got a lot of women that's got a good life, everything they want, but they still out here got a side piece that can scratch their itch. And see, and that's what people are looking for. Somebody that can scratch their itch. And you got some people that specialize in scratching itches. They specialize in that. And know that the people ain't gonna be able to handle it. Remember, remember. Listen. Y'all remember that movie Harlem Nights when they was trying to set this police officer up, and Della Reese said, "I got just the girl for him. Her pussy so good they call her Sunshine." And they hooked this police officer up with Sunshine. And the next time you saw him, he was calling his wife, "Baby, I ain't coming back." There's some people that do that. There are some people that can literally do that. And they know they can do it. But see, here's the danger. Um, she said, "Why won't you cheat on your wife? Because you're not that way." Um, well, first of all, um, I wouldn't do it because I would be afraid that something would happen and I could never get into the country. And that would eat me alive. That I couldn't keep my dick in my pants long enough to get her in the country. Okay? And if I turn around and cheat on my wife, I got to pay for that penalty. There's a penalty that come with that. So the fear that something might happen, man, and I can never get her through immigration, got me keeping my dick in my pants. That's why I keep my dick in my pants. I won't get my. I get her in here now. That's a horse of another color. I deal with that when I get to it. But right now, shit. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how much money you got. I'm keeping my dick in my pants. It's just that simple. Okay? That's my fear. See, that's my fear. That's what keeps me in check. Every time I want to entertain, no. Okay? No, I ain't going, I ain't playing with it. I ain't playing with it. I ain't playing with it at all. And besides, see, anything that's any good or worth anything, everybody can't have that. That's what See, I didn't understand that when I was younger, but now I understand that. Shoot, you good? Everybody can't have that. Everybody can't handle that. See, when you're rare, when you're hard to get, see, that's how you become a legend. When you're hard to get. Shit, let me tell you something. I don't, I don't want no toxic poo nanny. Okay, and if I walked into a room and Holly Berry was laying in the bed, butterball naked, shit, I'd turn around and walk the fuck out. That's some toxic pussy right there. Okay? And that poo nanny is toxic. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Okay? I don't want to have, I'm telling Holly Berry. I turn around and walk out. A lot of y'all saying, what? I don't care what she got. I don't care. That's toxic. Her, uh, J Lo, Jada Smith, uh, Kim Kardashian. Um, what's the girl? What's the girl? Um, she's a rapper too, with a big afro. Shit. All that's toxic. All in my name, toxic. Toxic. I don't care how hot you get them. No, sir. Toxic. Toxic. Ooh, nigga. Shit, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Her, nigga, and the stout shit. That's some toxic poo nanny, man. Hell no. It's toxic. Too much been up in there. Heck no. Well, that's you. I turn all that shit down. Turn it down. I'm telling you. I turn it down. No, no, no. I ain't trying to follow behind all them clowns. I ain't trying to follow behind them. No, indeed. And either one of them I name, man, if you get back up in their back right, shit, they'll be stalkers. There'll be some straight up stalkers. Shit, turn Halle Berry into one of them old crazy ass women she be playing in the movie. I'm telling you. So you don't want to, and see, listen, just like I told y'all, um, see, when in Proverbs chapter 1, when God say, I called, you didn't listen. I tried to get your attention, you didn't, you didn't, no, she didn't grab his ass. She touched him on the back. Britney Spears. Yeah, that's another one. Toxic. 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 All them rappers toxic. They toxic. And most entertainers toxic. Because they got to do shit to get where they going to go. I ain't interested in that. I don't want that. I don't want it. So and look at all of the guys that eventually fall for the flim flam. Look what happens. They all get destroyed. Oh well, yeah. Well, she toxic. She sure is. See, so and most folk, man, like I told y'all listen. We all got some shit in our closet, y'all. All right, we all got some shit in our closet. Don't be pretending like you don't. We all got some shit in our closet. Okay, and the only difference is, you know, theirs got the spotlight and you don't. But if somebody puts the spotlight on your shit, it'll come out too. All right, we all got some shit. So don't come up in here like you squeaky clean, cause you ain't. You ain't. And everybody got some kind of freak in them. Let me say that again, okay? For all of you, everybody got some kind of freak in them. Some kind of freak is in everybody. Now it just depends on how far you take it. Okay? Everybody got some kind of freak. Even the church goer, the pastor, still got some kind of freak in her. Okay? What? What says I just tweeted? I ain't just tweet nothing. I'm talking to y'all. Okay? So, uh, oh yeah. That means that shit that's been undercover. Yeah, y'all gonna start seeing a whole lot of stuff that you thought was true and was actually a lie. And it's gonna be revealed. It's gonna be revealed. See, this is why I keep trying to tell you, learn how to think for yourself. Everything, man. This ain't no one particular thing. This everything. Everything. This is life in general. You're gonna have some pastors that's gonna take a fall. That's been screwing around for years. And that shit gonna finally come to the light. You see, that's what I'm saying. All right? You gonna find and see and like today. I told people at the White House today. I said, listen, y'all coming to DC, you coming to spend money. My goal is to get some of your money. Because you coming here to spend it. So let me be creative about how I can get some of your money. And I got this little dick white boy behind me. I don't know what his thing is with me. And he gonna come out and tell people he begging. He should be playing his music for free. Really? I should be giving my stuff away? No, it ain't that kind of party. And see, um, oh he's gone. He's gone. But 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 see, this is what happens when you learn how to think on your own. A lot of people gonna be offended because they gonna say you clout chasing because you can think for yourself. You ain't following everybody else. See, you clout chasing because You blazing your own path. And see, and what I have tried to do is to show people, man, think for yourself, build your own business. Create your own opportunity. Create your own. A lot of y'all running around here looking for a job and scared to create your own. You're scared. And opportunity, that thing has been pulling at you. Please try me. But you want to wait until you can retire. And then you're going to focus on it. Instead of stepping out now. And see, when you start thinking for yourself, man, you're not manipulated by fear. Let me say that again. When you start thinking for yourself, you ain't manipulated by fear. Fear don't move you. All right? You're not that easily distracted when you're thinking for yourself. See, when you're thinking for yourself, you ain't going to be listening to this voice and listening to that voice. See, you ain't no self-doubt in you when you thinking for yourself. Because even when you make a mistake, you ain't going to sit and dwell on that. You always proactive when you're thinking for yourself. Let me say that again for somebody, because that just helps somebody. When you're thinking for yourself, see, you don't worry about the mistakes you make, because you always proactive. You always ahead down the road, trying to anticipate. See, that's what the person that thinks for themselves. Man, I'm just trying to come up with an idea to get your money. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to come up with me a rags to riches idea that will provide a service. That's what I want. Okay? And this is what people are afraid of, to express what they want. I want a rags to riches idea. I want a rags to riches idea. I can't speak for you. I'm looking for me a rags to riches idea. I sure am. And think I got one too. Just stop hating each other because you disagree? Man, I believe that's my rags to riches idea. Devin say, every time he step out on his faith, he fail. And I say, you got exactly what you wanted, fear. That's just faith reverse, man. Look at what you're speaking. You're speaking failure. What you think you're going to get? How you going to speak failure and think you're going to get success? Yeah, I know God's name. I am that I am. That's God's name. Okay, let me deal with Devin. Well, see, Devin, check your motives, man. Check your motives. Check your motives. That's what the problem is, your motives. You stepping out in your head. You ain't stepping out in your heart. And that's why you falling. But see, you must be a pretty decent person, because them falls haven't destroyed you. And And you really haven't sat down and processed all that you could have learned from those falls. There's some information there, man, you overlooking that you need to go back and just examine. But you're not, it didn't destroy you. See, the Bible say a good man can fall 7 times and get back up again. But the wicked will fall once and be destroyed. So if you done had a fall and it didn't destroy you, you must be a pretty good person. And 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 failures only make you stronger if you get up. If you fail at something, it only makes you stronger when you get up. Okay, that's all you got to do is get up. And see, when you're thinking for yourself, you don't procrastinate. You take that licking and get back up. Well, you're going back to a 9 to 5, man, because you had the wrong motives. I don't know how many times I got to tell you that. Look at your motives, man. Why you doing what you're doing? Look at your motives. Why you doing what you're doing? Okay? Look at your motives. Because if your motives are true, if you're serving, if you're fulfilling a need. See, here's the thing about ideas. When ideas come to you, they're going to come in the finished form. Okay? I'm going to address that. Ideas come in the finished form. They show you, if you embrace me, then look how much money you're going to make. Look how rich you're going to be if you embrace me. That's what an idea is going to tell. That's how it tempts you, to show you how good it is. It don't show you the hazards. It don't show you the roadblocks. It don't show you the stumbling blocks. It don't show you the detours. It don't show you none of that. But it shows you, if you embrace me, look what you're going to do. And most of the time, that idea is in a storefront. It's in a storefront. And that's what you see. And that's what you step out on, that storefront. Because it was a good idea. And then you find out, goddamn, man, this ain't as easy as I thought it was. But see, here's the thing about ideas. If you always embrace them, they'll always come to you. Let me say that again. See, if you always embrace an idea, they'll always come to you. Because they know when they come to you, they're going to get some attention. And see, and what you're doing, when you're manifesting your ideas, you're building connections. When you manifest your ideas, you establish connections. That ain't something that's just happenstance. See, that fall you talking about. See, the next idea come along, you can hit the ground running because you done already established where you need to go. See, that's what a lot of people don't be paying attention. They'll pay attention, oh, my idea didn't work, and forget about all the contacts they established. See, you got to look at the people you're meeting when you're manifesting your ideas. You got to look at people and see, listen, y'all. If an idea is not growing in your mind, it's dead. Let me say that again. If an idea is not growing in your mind, it's dead. Well, I tell you what. See, that's what's holding you back, brother. You worried about what people think. You're doing it for the wrong reason. I kept telling you. I've been telling you. You're struggling because you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're doing it for the wrong reason. And actually, God is protecting you. Because if He gave you what you wanted, it would destroy you. Because you ain't ready for it. You ain't ready. That's why it's not manifesting. You ain't ready. You can't handle it. God ain't gonna give you nothing you can't handle. Why would God? See, listen to this. The Bible say when God blesses you, He ain't gonna add no sorrow to that. Let me say that again. See, when God blesses you, He ain't adding no sorrow to that. See, that car that you was talking about God bless you with, that you got repossessed, that wasn't from God. Because if God had gave it to you, it would have been debt free. See, when God do something, He don't add no sorrow to His blessing. If you foreclosed on, that wasn't no blessing from God that you was bragging about when you got it. Look how many Christians go in debt just to try to prove other Christians what their faith is about. What's going on, Pablo? See, God is blamed on a lot of things. A lot of things is blamed on God, and God ain't got nothing to do with it. A lot of Christians are running around talking about God done blessed them, and they just trying to show off. God ain't got nothing to do with that. Think for yourself, man. Think for yourself. And see, when you start thinking for yourself, the first place you don't go is where everybody else is going. See, when you start thinking for yourself, you ain't following the crowd. See, all of the this is the one thing as a street vendor I learned in DC real early. When it's the thing to wear, everybody want to wear it. When it's the place to go, everybody want to go there. When it's the thing to do, that's what everybody want to do. That's how DC is. And all you got to do is create a trend. What's a trend? An idea. That's all a trend is. It's an idea. And a lot of y'all have been getting ideas that you dismiss. Ain't nobody doing that. That's why I came to you. Because ain't nobody doing it. And see, thank you, Lord. And see, when you thinking for yourself, you always looking for something ain't nobody else doing. Why, truth conductor? Because you ain't got no competition. And you set the rules. See, example. Let me give you an example. And see, and this is what I be telling y'all. You're gonna have a lot of people that are going to start trying to be life coaches for you and tell you different things. Now, this right here. See, this is me in 2000. The African tabletop. Okay? It was the first of its kind then. All right? And when COVID hit, the name came back to me. African tabletop. And I bought the domain name. I said, damn. This one, a friend of mine had these dishes. And I told him, man, you need to open up a showroom. He said, you open up one. And I'll put some dishes in there. And I said, for real? He said, yeah. I said, shit, one of a kind? Man, I'm gone. Let me try this. And in 2020, it came back to me. 20 years later, the idea comes back to me. And you don't see dinnerware like this out. You don't see this out. And this will be made in America, not China. Made in America. See, you have to step out. Okay? Bye, guys. I don't know who that is. Think for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And when you think for yourself, man, you're gonna drop all the fear. You're gonna learn about yourself. And see, when you start thinking for yourself, you'll start developing your intuition. See, that's when absolutely. 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 He asked me, am I starting dinnerware? Man, I got my idea. My idea is already on paper, man. My idea is already on paper. My ideas are already on paper, ready to hit the ground running. Not only that, see, now I've been sitting on this for a minute. All I got to do is get money. I know where to go already. I ain't got to look for nobody. And see, and that's the thing, man, when you thinking for yourself, see, you going whatever idea you come up with, you can hit the ground running. Whereas other people got to go through trial and error. You see what I'm saying? See, you done worked all the kinks out of yours because you used to manifesting. See, when you think for yourself, man, you're a creator. Let me say that again. See, when you think for yourself, you're a creator. That's who you are. You are a creator when you think for yourself. Okay? And well, you just did. You just did. Ain't nobody doing it. Ain't nobody doing it. And see, somebody else can come along and try to steal that idea. They ain't got no relationship with it. See, the idea ain't gonna talk to them. It's gonna talk to me. Because I got a relationship with it. I embraced it. And that's why you don't have to worry about somebody trying to steal. Okay? You don't worry about nobody trying to steal your idea. Because the blessing is with you. Okay? The blessing is with you. So you keep your focus on what you're doing. And they'll fall flat on their face because the idea ain't going to talk to them. It's going to still talk to you. And see, and when you steal something, man, all you can do is fail. Because you got it the wrong way. my grandson. Um, no, it's not released. No, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No. Um, my grandson is the last male Flack. Roberta Flack is his great aunt. His father, my grandson's father, was her nephew. And he never met that side of his family. And my grandson is a hell of a trumpet player. And he plays the piano and the organ. The piano and the organ, a preacher taught him how to play. He went to school for the trumpet. Okay? Yeah. And I just told him this weekend, I said, listen, man, the gift is on the Flack bloodline. And when she died, if she didn't have any children, which she don't, that musical gift is going to die with her. I said, but since you're the only Flack left, and you are a musician, see, that musical gift, when she died, it's going to come over to you. Okay? Because you are a Flack. And I said, man, listen to her music and pay attention to the melodies in your head. That's what the magic is. When you listen to her music, melodies are going to be created in you, and that's what you need to be paying attention to, Jeremiah. Listen to her music and listen to the melodies. And because you know how to play the piano, which was her instrument, see, now you can hear. See, you can figure out how she doing what she doing. Because everything has a pattern. And all you got to do is learn the pattern, buddy. And you in. And see, and you can't learn the pattern if you don't know how to think for yourself. See, you ain't gonna be no billionaire if you can't think for yourself. Notice, I skipped right over million. Okay? I skipped right over millionaire. Man, I'm going straight to billionaire. That's where I'm headed. I'm going straight to billionaire. My goal, I'm 70 years old. Before I leave this earth, I want $10 billion to give away through these hands right here. These hands are going to give away $10 billion before I leave this earth. And I'm 70 years old. That's my decree. And it ain't going to be too no, I mean, it's going to be putting it in people's hands. That's what I'm going to do. I said billion. I told you I'm skipping right over million. Man, I'm a gazillionaire. What's a gazillionaire? A rich joker. I'm a gazillionaire. The Bible said, call those things that be not as though they were. So why not? What have you got to lose? But you can't do that following the crowd. See, you can't do that gossiping. You can't do that being vindictive. See, when you're doing all those things, you ain't thinking for yourself. See, you're being reactive. When you're thinking for yourself, you're being proactive. And most folk are afraid to be proactive. They're stuck in reactive. They have to respond to stuff when it walk up on them. They ain't anticipating nothing. And see, and when you're developing a trend, see, you anticipating when you searching for a trend. You trying to anticipate the way the people gonna go. And like I said, always remember, if it's the thing to do, everybody want to do it. And what you have to do, the challenge in front of you, is to make your idea the thing to do. And when you make your idea the thing to do, you're successful. Simple as that. Make your idea the thing to do. And you can't do that if you ain't thinking for yourself. You're gonna have to be thinking for yourself, man. You're gonna always be afraid, in fear. If you're trying to please people, if you're worried about what you're gonna look like, what people gonna think about you, and see, when you think for yourself, man, you passionate about what you're doing. When you think for yourself, see, when you think for yourself, repetition don't bother you, because when you think for yourself, you figure out two, three different ways to say what you want to say. That way, when you get tired of one way, you'll switch it up. And it's still coming out the same. But you know there's a difference. That's how you be repetitious. You can't be repetitious worried about what somebody else is doing. Focus, see. Thank you, Lord. See, when you're thinking for yourself, you ain't worried about what somebody else doing. What somebody else doing ain't even on your radar. That can't even get your attention when you're thinking for yourself, because you're always in a proactive mode. And you can tell the people that think for themselves versus the reactive people. See, the reactive people have to be told what to do. Reactive people ain't gonna see nothing at work. Reactive people ain't gonna cross train. See, when you're thinking for yourself, you gonna always. That's how you see on a job. That's how you create value. Now, man, you got to know how to do more than one thing. And all them jokers that only know how to do one thing because that's all I'm getting paid for, you the first one they're going to cut. They ain't going to cut them people that know how to do 2, 3 different things. And you, why you, they ain't paying you for that. Why you learning that? Because they adding value. See, when you think for yourself, you add value. And I've always told you, anytime somebody's talking about something, they should be able to show you that on their life. So let me show you how I add value. So now I sit down at the White House. I got a speaker and I got a microphone. Now, I've seen kids breach that fence down at the White House. So I said, wait a minute. I can add value to my presence now by making an announcement. Parents, please be mindful. Secret Service is real sensitive about children trying to squeeze between the fence. Be mindful of your children because it will draw some unnecessary attention to you. See, now I've added value and they ain't paying me for that. But I'm making their job easier. You see? And you don't know, and see, and I just, God gave me an idea, hey man, start helping them out. What's going on, Jamie? Start helping them out. So when I start helping them out, and then they told me, man, thank you. They tell me, hey, True Conductor, man, thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And see, now I've gotten to the point where, see, I know somebody's watching that fence. That's their job, to watch that fence. And and when a baby stick their body through the fence, they in somebody's ear. Go and check that baby, check them parents. And see, and what I've done, I've noticed when I start seeing officers walking toward the fence, now let me make that, parents, please be mindful. Secret Service is real sensitive about babies trying to squeeze between the fence. See, now I'm making the announcement. I'm adding value to my presence. And see, the other guys down there, they kind of get, yeah, they ain't paying you for that. Why are you helping them out? What? But see, they don't understand I'm adding value. And see, and that's how you do, man. Listen, one of the things I learned when I came from Alabama. My mama got sick and came up here, and I was like, wow, mama, you didn't tell me about all these black folk. And I never left. 1975, when I came to D.C. and never left. All right? And one of the things I learned about D.C., man, these jokers up in here lazy. They'll pay you to do what they too lazy to do. And see, and how you make it in D.C., keep them lazy. Keep them lazy. That's all. Keep them lazy. They got to depend on you. Keep them lazy. And you'll get anything you want. Because it ain't who you know, it's who knows you. Remember that. Ain't who you know, it's who knows you. That's what make the world go round. And see, and when you're thinking, and some people, oh, you kissing that? No, you ain't kissing ass. You're adding value to your presence. See, and that's going to separate you from the crowd. When you're adding value. And when you're thinking for yourself. See, you're going to separate yourself from the crowd. See, when you think for yourself, you ain't TikToking. You ain't TikToking. Why? Remember 9/11? What's 911? Emergency. 911 is emergency. America got attacked. When a bomb is going off, what does it do? Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. See, nobody's paying attention to that. Everybody TikToking. And you done gave up permission to your bank and your telephone. So they got control of your communication and your money. And you gonna tell me TikTok can't jam up your bank account? Can't disable your phone? So you can't communicate? Disable your bank account because they got direct deposit access. You done gave them control. All right, Luna. You see what I'm saying? Everybody TikToking. And see, and if you go back and look, all of the trends that people have jumped on imploded. Look at shit. Man, talking about TikTok for kids. Dude, you what? Everybody and their mama on TikTok. Everybody and their mama on TikTok. The federal government on TikTok. Everybody on TikTok. And 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 and, and like I said, when the bomb is going off, what is it saying? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Yeah. So they got control of everything right now. They got control of everything. And see, and here's the deal. We don't know what that app can do. We have no idea what that app can do. We don't know how far reaching that app has gone. But we do know you done gave it permission to control your camera and the microphone. You gave TikTok that permission. You think they ain't listening to some of your conversations? Since you done gave them permission? Since now that if you make some money on TikTok, they gotta you think they ain't looking through your bank account? Do you think they ain't went through that? And see, and if the United States get into a confrontation with China, China ain't got to send nobody over here to invade America. Shit, all they got to do is deactivate TikTok, and it's gonna create a panic. That's all it's gonna do, create a panic. Everybody gonna be looking at each other. You can't get your money out the bank. You can't call, you can't communicate, you can't do nothing. Ain't not a shot fired. Not a shot fired. And you done crippled America. And they ain't fired one shot. And we don't see it. We talking about free speech. And right now, China can cripple America. Cripple it. All right? Think for yourself, man. See, when you think for yourself, you ain't going to be trying to destroy the other wing. Told y'all, if the eagle is the wing, if the eagle is America, why is the left wing trying to destroy the right wing? I did. I shut mine down a long time ago. I've been shut my TikTok down. When I put two and two together, like 9/11, and then I looked at TikTok. Look at every bomb. When a bomb is getting ready to go off, and you look at it, what does it say? Tick tock, tick tock. That's how they do TikTok. So when is TikTok gonna explode? Is the next question. When is it gonna explode? Okay. When is it gonna explode? Look at Bitcoin. Look at that cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency was the craze. Everybody was on cryptocurrency. What happened to it? And that ain't been that far back. Look at all of the trends that people done jumped on, man, that belly up. And folk end up losing a lot of money. A lot of money end up exchanging hands. Then a lot of folk gonna lose a lot of money. Because everybody jumped on, thought that was the thing, the craze to do. Just like everybody TikToking. Until it blew up in their face. Okay? Think for yourself, man. Think for yourself. I'm going to keep talking about this. Think for yourself. Break away from that safety net. Okay? And don't stop being afraid to fall. Stop being afraid of what people gonna think about you. I'm sitting here in a hotel, and tomorrow I got to repay for my room. Sometimes I'm day to day, man. Sometimes I be in here day to day. Okay, and that as long as I got today, that's all I got, and that's all I worry about. I ain't worried about what people think and what they saying. I don't care about that. I got today. Okay, tomorrow I can be a gazillionaire, but today, man, I'm content. All right, and see when you think for yourself, you don't spend a whole lot of time marinating on on the past when you think for yourself. See, you don't focus a lot on the past. What has to, you see you got a lot of people don't know how to let shit go, and they stuck. But when you think for yourself, see, you don't have that problem. See, you ain't stuck in your past. You ain't holding on to vindictiveness and anger and unforgiveness when you think for yourself. Because all of those traits and habits hinder you from really listening to your intuition. See, because when you're thinking for yourself, man, you following your intuition. You doing what your intuition tells you, no matter how crazy it might appear. And see, and here's the thing, what to follow from your intuition. You got a lot of default voices in your head. Okay? You got a lot of voices that want to be the default voice. Okay? They want to be controlled to have the influence. And see, how you know what's what? When an idea come to you that's destructive, that's dangerous, that ain't from God. See, if an idea tell you, man, go over there. You know she married. Go get her phone number. That ain't for God. That ain't from God. God ain't gonna tell you to do nothing destructive when you thinking for yourself and you following Him. All your ideas, you ain't gonna follow no destructive, sinful ideas. Can't nobody tempt you. See, when you thinking for yourself, can't nobody come up and tell you to do some dumb shit that sound good, because you think for yourself. And you can see, man, look, see, you're going to have to go to the end of that thing. Somebody brings something to you that looks good, go to the end of it and see what it's going to look like. Do I have to look over my shoulder? Am I going to have to be hiding? I see God every day. I see God every day. Shit, this is God. I see God. God is all around you. Where you think the inspiration came from? Where you think that? Because you're looking for a person, and you ain't looking for the man, the manifestations. Man, look at the trees. You're looking for God. You want to see God? Look at the trees. That's God. God created them. And see, it's interesting that people want to see God, but they can't see their fellow man. That's interesting. You got a lot of people want to see God, but they can't see their fellow man. They can't help their fellow man. God is in you. The same God you see in you, you'll see in somebody else. That's why you ain't never gotta ask, do you believe in Jesus? That's a setup. Anytime somebody asks you that question, it's a setup. Because they got an agenda. Because if you believed in Jesus, all you got to do is listen to somebody's conversation. And it would tell you, because the Bible say his sheep know his voice. Okay? And see, and this is one trait that I think a lot of people forget about. Adam is the one that named all of the animals on the earth. Go back and look at it. Adam is the one that named all of the animals on the earth. Adam named the animals on the earth. Matter of fact, let me find out what that, because I know somebody saying, what? Damn, true conductor? That, are you sure about that? Let me see. All right, let's see. On the sixth day. On the sixth day. Genesis 2:18 through 20. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Okay. So here's what it says. Um, and the Lord said, it is not good that man shall be alone. I will make him a helper, comparable to him. Out of the ground the Lord formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air. So, so somebody just asked me which came first, the chicken or the egg? And the chicken came first. Okay? The chicken came first. Listen to what it just said. Out of the ground, the Lord formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called each living creature, that was his name. That's how all of the animals got their name. Okay? That's how all the animals got their names. Okay? So when somebody asks you what came first, the chicken came first. Because this is when out of the ground, this is Genesis chapter 2, verse 19. Out of the ground the Lord formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air, and then brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. And notice one thing. Notice one thing. I just noticed this. Everything God created, He created from the ground. When God created man, He created him from the ground. Okay? When God created, okay. Let me go back. Okay, so then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female. He created them. Then God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply. Hold on a second, but when did he create um, Adam? But notice, whatever God created came from the earth. Came from the earth. Sure did. Came from the earth. Came from the earth. Okay? See, here it is right here. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. See, this is Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And it says, the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. And if we go down to verse 19, out of the ground, the Lord formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air. And that's why when animals die also, they gonna decay. They gonna decay. Okay? All right? So that's just this just and see and when you think for yourself, see, can't nobody tempt you with an illusion when you can think for yourself. See, you ain't gonna be tempted with no false promises when you can think for yourself. Okay, there's so many advantages that you have when you can think for yourself. Because when you can think for yourself, the number one thing that you ain't gonna do is panic. And see, and that's what most folk do. When they can't think for themselves, they panic. Man, I hope y'all got something out of this. I hope it was beneficial to you. Okay? I hope this was beneficial. And remember, you're going to have a lot of people trying to convey some information to you. And if they can't show you that on their own life, they just want your money. Because anything that you're saying, okay, then you should be able to see it on their life. Okay? You should be able to see that on their life. I'm going to tell you, out of all of the times that I've been reading my Bible, this is the first time I really ever noticed that out of the ground, God created man. And out of the ground, God created all the animals. Now, you know, you got to be talented as all out to create all of the animals out of the ground. I mean, and probably a lot of y'all haven't even read that. Out of the ground, the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every bird of the air and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called each living creature, that was his name. That was his name. Whatever Adam said it was, that was his name. And God knows how many different animals we have on the earth. What it says, dust you come from, dust you shall return. And you know, your funeral is going to tell you what kind of impact you had on people. It's your funeral that will tell what kind of impact you had on people. If you had a great impact on people, they're going to show up. If you didn't have a great impact on people, they ain't going to show up. Just that simple. Just that simple. Your funeral is going to reveal just how effective you were with people. That's what's going to determine how effective you were. The respect that they give you when you die. All right? Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope it helps somebody. Learn how to think for yourself, man. Learn how to do for self. Look for some needs that you can fill, some trends that you can create. You know? And even if it's not working, it's still ready to hit the ground running. Right now, I have my tours. I got my hop on, hop off shuttle ready to go. Okay? I got some tours. If the good Lord let me live, I got some tours that I haven't even put on my site yet. Because I'm trying to get what I got sufficient, self-sufficient. See, if I can get what I got already on the site, self-sufficient, then I can put some more stuff and branch and expand. But I gotta first become self-sufficient. Okay? No, shuttle, a hop on, hop off shuttle. You know, I got my dinnerware brand and I got my truthconductor brand all ready to go. There's and seeing I ain't tapped into some of the other ideas that I haven't even because I ain't got no money. I get some money, man. I got a whole warehouse full of ideas up in this big old head. And see, and here's the problem that most people find themselves in. They don't have anything that they've created that can grow money. Let me say that again. Okay? See, most folk haven't created anything that can grow money. Everything that they do has to be interacting with somebody else, and they'll get a percentage, okay, of that. But see, when you are the creator, you cut out the middleman. You don't have a middleman. You're the middleman when you're the creator. And this is what and see, and you can only create when you start thinking for yourself. A lot of y'all got a whole bunch of $1 million ideas. You just scared to embrace them because you're worried about what people gonna think and what you gonna look like if it don't work. That's what's keeping a lot of people in hostage right now. They worried about what people gonna think and what they gonna look like if the idea don't work. And see, and here's the thing about ideas. Every idea that you take and throw at the wall and it don't stick and slide down. Matter of fact, see when you throw an idea at the wall and it don't stick and start sliding down, see that idea that slid down, that it's still at the bottom of the wall. Can hit the ground running. The only thing it didn't do, it didn't stick. And see, a lot of y'all got some ideas that you didn't have in the past. You need to go back and brush it off. I said, man, let me look at this again. Okay? Let me look at this again. Let me tweak this. See, because post-pandemic is different. Pre-pandemic is different from post-pandemic. See, the things that work pre-pandemic might not work post-pandemic. You see, you got a lot of people now that work from home. Pre-pandemic, you better have your ass in the office. But look at the difference. Pre-pandemic, what people was doing, now it's post-pandemic. And the world is totally different. And people are still operating in the pre-pandemic. But we're in the post-pandemic. But everything they're doing is how we used to do it. And ain't nobody trying to find a different way. And see, and this is what society will do for you. They will, if they don't understand what you're doing, man, they'll discourage you in a minute. Like I told you, the little guy today was telling people, you know, he should be playing music for free. What? Why? When you got people coming to D.C., the nation's capital, and it's always been my attitude, y'all. People come to D.C. to spend money. And you think I ain't going to try to figure out some kind of way to get some of their money? And they come into D.C. to visit? And when they visit, they going to spend some money. And how come I can't try to get some? I ain't lying. I ain't cheating. And I tell them up front, man, I'm here to try to get some of your money by playing this music. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to get some of your money to entertain you. Because that's what you came to D.C. You're visiting. I live here. And you're going to tell me because I live here and I know you coming and you coming with money and I ain't trying to get none of it, Something's wrong with that picture. And if I wasn't doing this, I'd be out there with some water. Something. Shoot. Man, I used to pray for protests to come down on the mall on a hot day. Everybody was selling water. You know what I was selling? Goddamn umbrellas. I was selling umbrellas. Cause that sun, you get down on the mountain, man, it ain't one tree. And that sun be beaming down. I mean, it's beaming. And you ain't got nowhere to hide. You ain't got nowhere to hide. And I got off in the crowd with some umbrella and sold out just like that. So just like that, sold out. Everybody else trying to sell water. Not me. Let me get me some $10 umbrellas and go down there and I can make six, seven, $8,000 just selling umbrellas. Because people they want to get to hide from that sun. And it be baking. And I got jumbo umbrellas, umbrellas, umbrellas. Who need one? That's what I decided. I did it. I let them know I'm coming. I got some umbrellas. And they be laughing. I'll take one. That's right. Shit. I don't work on Saturdays no more. But if I worked on the Saturday, all them boys, not shit, man, hell with that. Man, I go get me some umbrellas. Because I go down on that mall, because ain't no shade down there at all. Ain't no shade. And see, and you gonna want something. See, this ain't the time for you to have no little compact. This is the time when you want something big. Where 2, 3 people can stand under. Shit. That's how I be thinking, man. That's how I be thinking. You ain't coming up in DC. And I ain't gonna get none of your money? Shit. I'm getting some of your money. I don't care who you are. You coming to DC, I'm gonna get some of your money. I'm gonna get some of your money. Cause you coming to me. I ain't going to you. You coming to me. And I got to be crazy to sit here in the nation's capital and not try to figure out a way, man, I can get people to give me some money to entertain them. Okay? Or to satisfy one of their needs. That's how I do it, man. Shoot. I ain't playing around with these cats. You got to be thinking, man. You got to be thinking. You know, I had a little girl. She's a hell of an opera singer. And she graduated from Duke Ellington, same school as my grandson. And when I heard her, I said, sister, young girl, I said, you're in the wrong place. You don't need to be at the White House. Because that ain't the kind of crowd that you want to attract. You need to get around one of these art museums. Them the people that's going to love opera. See, that's going to one of these art museums. They into opera, not the White House. See, them people into rock and roll and funk. You want to find somebody that's cultured. And where would you find cultured people? Around museums, art museums, National Gallery of Art. Or the museum that got Obama and Michelle's portrait in it. See, you want to stand outside them kind of places. You see, and that's all. And let me tell you something. Listen to me, y'all. When it comes to thinking for yourself, number one, can't be worried about what people gonna think. Number two, you can't be worried about what you're gonna look like. Number three, you can't panic. Shit, I need to be writing these down. I need to be. I gotta go back and look at this myself because I got to write this down. You can't panic, man. And number four, you don't ever dwell on the past when you're thinking for yourself. You ain't gonna dwell in the past. You're just not gonna do it. You don't even waste your time. And man, in fact, you ain't even got the patience with people that's always dwelling in the past. Because what you'll notice, those people who constantly dwell in the past, all around them all the time is drama. If you just notice, the person that's always stuck in the past, there's always drama around them. And that is what you want to stay away from. See, because when you're thinking for yourself, you avoid the drama. You're going to avoid that. When you start thinking for yourself, and see, and be prepared to be labeled. Be prepared for some of your friends to label you when you start thinking for yourself. Because they ain't going to want to lose control. See, that's another thing. When you start thinking for yourself, see, you're going to break them chains of control that people got over you and the influence. And that's all control is influence. Somebody can come along and influence you to do something that you might not want to do on your own, but they'll influence you. That's control. And sometimes that control can get you killed. All right? Look at the guy in the submarine. See, he influenced them people to get up in there with him by telling them, man, it's okay. It's going to be all right. And they did now. And that cost them their lives. Because they wouldn't think for themselves. And seeing the ones that thought for themselves, saying, man, I ain't going down. That shit's too dangerous. I ain't doing that shit. That's too dangerous. See, the ones that could think for themselves. Oh, thank you, God. And see, that's another thing. See, when you can think for yourself, man, God will show you the danger. God diggity dog. When you think for yourself, man, God gonna show you the danger. God will show you the danger when you can think for yourself. But when you following everybody else, man, you gonna get caught up. I hope this helps somebody, man. I hope this helps somebody. Okay? I hope it helps somebody. And you're gonna have to grow into this mindset. What I'm talking about, you're gonna have to grow. You're gonna have to make mistakes. You're gonna have to learn what your intuitive voice sounds like. Because a lot of y'all don't know that voice. Because you get so many other voices in your head. But you don't know that voice. You see, and that's the one you want to try to tune your ear to. Because when it comes to you, you ain't going to question it. You ain't going to reason with it. You just going to do it. I told y'all, man, When I discovered True Conductor, I was sitting in the park where me and my wife used to talk, and I was really missing my wife, man. I miss my wife, y'all. I really miss my wife. That's why. That's why I'm trying to make something work. So I can say, baby, I told you we was gonna be okay. That's why I'm out here, man, trying to make something work. So I can show my wife. I told her, man, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Don't worry. We're gonna be okay. And all I heard was Truth Conductor. And see, people used to tell me, man, in fact, let me show you. I had this hat on. This, this is the hat. This is the hat I had on. And all I heard was Truth Conductor. And I was like, oh, wow. I was sitting in my car. I mean, that was my reaction. When it hit me, I was like, whoa, wow. And I picked up my phone. I said, man, let me see if that domain, because everybody used to tell me I look like a conductor. And I would say, yeah, on the Underground Railroad, because I did Black History tours. But when the Truth Conductor hit me, man, I picked up my phone. I said, let me see if that domain name is available. And it was available, and I bought it. Didn't even have it. And see, this is the original Truth Conductor hat right here. This gonna be worth some money one day. This is the original. You see, this gonna be worth some money one day. I told my daughter, don't throw this away. This gonna be worth some money. And you see, I mean, I worked this joint too, man. Look. I'm show y'all how I worked it. See, look, I even sewed it together. And you see how this I worked this hat right here. This hat's almost 20 years old. Right here. That's the original True Conductor hat. So I picked up my phone and the domain name was available. And I bought it. And and this is the thing about an idea. If the idea is for you, the definition is gonna come shortly after. If it's for you, you're gonna be able to define it. If you can't define it, it ain't for you. Whatever is for you, God gonna give you the definition. And see, when I found Truth Conductor, then I was like, damn, Truth Conductor. And God said, yeah, it's just a messenger from God. When somebody asks you, what's a Truth Conductor? Messenger from God. That means anybody can be a Truth Conductor. It's just a messenger from God. See, and whatever. When Trump was first elected, the night that he won the race, I went down to his hotel, and I had my DC Underground Railroad tour sign and Viator.com. And when I got out of my car, I just heard guerrilla warfare marketing. That's what I heard, guerrilla warfare marketing. I didn't know what it was, didn't have an idea. But I just heard guerrilla warfare marketing. And then that's free marketing when the world is watching. See, guerrilla warfare is like, that's when you sneak attack. And see, and when they be walking there, that's why I be behind them. I sneak up on them with my sign. Well, I can't sneak now because they all know. But I wore them out with my sign. I wore them out. Wore them out. And didn't care what people think. And look what it's gotten me. See, all of that time, that, and I didn't realize it, but I was getting the image of Truth Conductor seared into people's brains. So when I finally discovered True Conductor, I didn't already, the image is already there. People know. They already know. And here's the beauty. See, you don't see nobody else look like a conductor but me. Think about it. I'm the only person that walk around looking like a conductor. So naturally, I stand out. So if I'm in a crowd, I'm gonna stand out because I look like a conductor. I'm the only one looking different from everybody else. So I ain't hard to spot. And people be wondering, why do I wear the same outfit every day? Because I stand out. That's why. If I get in a crowd, I'm going to stand out. Because I'm going to look different from everybody else. And what's the one thing people's eyes go to? The thing that's standing out. That's what catch their attention. It's whatever is standing out. And when I'm telling you, when you think for yourself, you gonna stand out. That's all you got to do. Stand out, man. You'll be seen. Be consistent. You'll be seen. And sometimes, man, I don't want to put this shit on, but I got to. Because I don't know, that could be the very day that I don't want to get into my brand is the day that somebody come along and I could have been discovered. That's right. He's talking about my grandmama. Man, my grandmama dipped snuff. Garrett snuff. It's like a real fine tobacco kind of thing, and you take it and put it between your lip and your gum. You know, and you be spitting it out. You got a spit cup and whatnot. And my cousins never liked to drive my grandmama around because my grandmama be spitting all over your car. She missed the cup a lot of times. And that spit is in your car. So they didn't like driving her around. But what they didn't know was every time I drove her around, not only did I get a tank of gas, she put a little change in my pocket. So when grandma want to move, come on, baby, where you want to go? Let's go. Because I know I'm going to get a tank of gas and some money. They don't know that, but I know it. So, and my grandmama loved funerals. We driving down the road and she see a funeral, stop. I want to see who that is. And we was going somewhere and my grandma, Makora, was her name. And I was driving along, a little Volkswagen. And my grandma looked at me and she said, baby, and it's just how she said it to me. She said, baby, if them fuckers ever looking at you, you give them something to see. What you say, Makora? She said, when them fuckers looking at you, you give them something to see. Done. I don't worry about my haters. I don't worry about them at all. Shit, my grandmama was a cuss worse than a sailor. Yes, indeed. And went to church every Sunday. Everybody knew Miss Cora. Shit, you want to get cussed out? Mess with Miss Cora. 4'9" with a punch like a mule. Listen, my grandmama had a punch like a mule. Okay? Matter of fact, that's how I recognized my wife. Once, see, I didn't just start trying not to work on Saturdays. 4'9", buddy. 4'9". 4'9" at best. And for this Saturday, Man, I just could not get no rest. So I said, damn, let me go down here at this hotel and see what's going on. I can't get no rest. I tried to get some rest and I couldn't get no rest. I said, let me go to the. And soon as I walk in the hotel door, I see the manager talking to this Asian lady. And he looks up and see me and he points and say, that's him right there. And when I saw that, I threw my hands up, said, wasn't me, I ain't do it. Whatever it was, I didn't do it. And she had negotiated with one of the drivers to take her and to this mall. And she twisted his arm. I mean, she twisted his fucking arm. And when she told me what he had agreed to, I said, I ain't doing that shit. Just like that. I said, I ain't doing that shit. No, indeed. My wife looked at me and balled up her fist. I said, girl, that's my grandmama's fist. I'm going to marry you. That's how I met my wife. And 4 years later, we got married. That's how I met my wife. And my wife balled her fist up. And I told her, I said, girl, that's my grandmama's fist. I'm going to marry you. And that was it. And I ain't seen her in 4 years. We've been married 4 years. I ain't seen her in 4 years. Matter of fact, June the 14th was 4 years that she went back. And we got separated by the pandemic. And I've been building this True Conductor brand. And if my wife was here, I would have never discovered this. Because I would have been too busy looking over my shoulder. I couldn't make up no noise. Because 9 times out of 10, she would have overstayed her visa. So I got to be quiet. I can't draw no attention to her. So I didn't have that problem. And I could say anything I want to. That's how I built my True Conductor brand. I got this, I'll show you the shirt. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, here it is, right here. I used to, this one of the t-shirts, one of my ideas that came during the pandemic. Okay? This one of my ideas that came during the pandemic. And one day I Skyped my wife, and this t-shirt was on the wall behind me. And I forgot it was back there. And we talking, and she said, honey, what is that on the wall? And I'm like, what you talking about? What you talking? She said, well, no, move out the way, man. I said, what is that on the wall? I had this on the back of the wall, no bullshit zone. And she said, you know that's not nice. Take that shirt down. I said, okay. All right. It's done. It's done. But I came up with an idea because I was like, and even now, you're going to have people that's going to be running all kind of con games, manipulating people's emotions, all kind of crap. And I put this shirt on. When I wear it outside now, people say, man, I love that shirt. And people say, I like that. Yeah, no bullshit zone, man. Take your bullshit somewhere else. I ain't interested. You see? And let me tell you the first sign of bullshit. Here's the first sign of some bullshit. The first question they're going to ask you is, hey, can I ask you something? Bullshit. Right behind, can I ask you something? Bullshit. Every trip of the train. And if you go back and think about every person that's done rams and say, hey, can I ask you something? It's some bullshit behind that question. I walked at the hotel going to my car. I see this dude, he be standing around a lot. He said, excuse me, sir, can I ask you something? I said, nope. That's just what I said. When that came out his mouth, he said, can I ask you something? I said, nope. And kept walking. I'm just trying to find out what the internet code so I can read my Bible. Nope. See, now, so for me to give you the code, I got to give you my name and room number. Man, fuck you. You ain't getting my name and room number. So you can use the internet. See, that's the, anytime somebody comes to you, can I ask you something? Say no. Because if you say yes, you're going to deal with some bullshit. And I wish somebody tell me I'm lying. I wish somebody would tell me, true conductor, you just lied. That ain't true. Shit. Every time. Can I ask you something? It's some bullshit. They setting you up. No. No. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Say no. And keep it moving. Okay? I hope this helps somebody. I hope somebody got help. I'm just trying to share some stuff, man. I didn't learn over the years. I didn't seen it firsthand, man. I didn't seen it firsthand. Okay? I didn't seen it. And like I told you, I was a street vendor, and I know a whole lot of different dudes. Did a whole lot of different things. A whole lot of different things. And I ain't had that kind of courage, cause I ain't ever want to be looking over my shoulder. I don't ever want to have to worry about where I am in the city and worrying about, who's looking for me. Cause see, you know, uh, back in the 80s and 90s, shoot, you might make some money as a drug dealer, but shit, they was killing. That's one of the easiest ways to get killed. Being a drug dealer in D.C., they's killing each other like flies, man. Like flies. Don't get jealous because you making more money, man. Kill him. Take over his turf. That's how they do it in D.C. Shit, a lot of guys used to come from New York and Philadelphia to try to drop off some drugs and end up getting killed in D.C. There's a dude that was in Harlem, and he was in an FBI program. Went upstate New York, and after a while, he decided he gonna come back to New York City. Alpo, Alpo Martinez, I think Alpo Martinez was his name. And he used to do a lot of shit in D.C. and he ended up getting killed. Halloween night. Sure did. And he had a new identity and everything. FBI done gave him a new identity and everything. And he came back to his old lifestyle and got killed. Alright? Think for yourself, man. When you think for yourself, you ain't gonna be following no foolishness. You ain't gonna be dwelling in your past. You ain't got time to be trying to be vindictive when you think for yourself. Because you're always proactive and never reactive when you think for yourself. All right?